Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Well, as I mentioned in the previous video, I need to do some work on I don't need to, but I want to do some work on the stereo in the truck, and specifically I need to start with fixing the front door speakers or replacing them because one of them went out, and hopefully the sound on this video is better. I've had trouble with this cheap Amazon mic clipping, so I did some adjustments to how I wear it and that, so we'll see if it makes any difference. But yeah, I'm gonna start working on this truck today. Let me spin you around here and zoom you out. So as I mentioned, this door speaker's gone out, and in order to replace it, we need to get this door panel off. And I've had these door panels off once before. They're not too bad. There is, if I recall, see if this will tilt, screw down here. There's a screw behind here, and I don't know if the camera will tilt. There is two screws up under here, and the rest just pops off. So can't remember what sizes they are. I think one they're metric or not, but I've had these door panels off when I replaced the mirrors because I got these tow mirrors. So, and I'll show you what I've got here. I got some of the stuff on the table here. We won't be using much of this tonight, but these are the speakers I'm going to be using. They're Hertz brand. It's a good brand, but these are their more or less factory replacement speakers, though they're still way better than what's in there. And this is the 3D printed adapter I made. Speaker fits in there, but got to get the other speakers out before we'll know for sure if they're going to work. And for future use, this is the line converter I got. And I've also got this, which is a line converter, but I only bought it. I'm going to chop this garbage off because these are no good. Be able to feed into this line converter. This is an active line converter. It's powered, so should do okay. And the rest is just some of the wiring I'll be using. So let's get you set up, and we'll start see if we can get that door panel off. All right, I'm using the little remote on my gimbal to turn the video on and off. Hopefully that'll do the job. Hopefully I'm not in the way too much, but I'm going to grab some tools. Actually, I'll grab the picks and that to get these panels off and figure out what size sockets we need. Okay, I got a couple different size tools here. And I said I had these apart, so I kind of remember what to do. Yeah, there's one piece. Just gonna throw that there. And if I recall, this guy should pop out as well. Sorry, I'm in the way. There it is. And then I think that's an 8mm. Definitely metric. We'll get an 8mm socket and try that. Sorry for any background noise. I got the fan and heaters going in here. So. Okay. Yeah. Eight mil it is. Keep track where the bolts come from because they're different sizes. And I think it's just a matter of the bottom two. Which are smaller. I think they might be a 6. Yeah, definitely a 6. Little screws like that. And think that should be everything. And all this should just pop apart. Then you're going to have some wiring in the back you got to watch out for. So if I recall, these were a bear to get loose. Make sure I got all the screws out. Pretty sure that's it. We'll work it from the bottom. Okay, I was mistaken a little bit on how these came apart. I kind of forgot. One thing you probably want to do, I don't think I did this last time, is pop this off as well. No fasteners under here. This way you can pull the connections out so you don't damage any wiring. It's like so. Now, I thought they were snap-in, but they're not. You just lift, and there she be. And then you have to, if you want to make your life easier, you remove the door latch mechanism. Maybe I'll grab the video and show you. It's going to be awkward. Grab the camera. You got to kind of pop that apart. And, sorry, it's not focusing. And get that cable out. So let me set you back up and I'll get that done. And hopefully you can see. Let's get this done. Gonna need a pliers. Stay. Okay, let's get this loose. I'm gonna kind of hang that on there. Just a couple little tabs to pull. I know you can't see through me, but there she is. Easy peasy. And now the door panel comes right off, and we'll set that in the box where it doesn't get damaged. It's like so. Now let's take a look at the speaker. There you can see the culprit. So you've got 4, oh boy, those look like those 5.5 oddball size screws. So let's go find a tool that's going to work for that as well. They got to use these weird size fasteners. And if it's a 5.5, I don't have, but I seem to recall I was able to use a imperial size socket. That'd be close. Right there. This is a 7/32. Voila. And there you have it. Speaker is out. Get this connector off. Made in China, Ford. Anybody that says American made vehicles, blah, blah, blah. What does that say? So now, one of the tricks I'll show you in order to figure out the wiring, you got to know, you can look up the color codes and everything because we're going to have to do something with this connector. What I may do is I may pull this off and attach it to the other speaker somehow just so we can reuse it so I don't have to cut this end off. But what you can do is take a 9-volt battery, each of these terminals, and when you put positive on one side, negative on the other, and watch which way the speaker moves. When it moves out, that means you got it right. If it moves in, that means it's reversed. So let's go grab the, here, I'll just take you along. Zoom me out again. Let's see if this adapter is even going to work. Guy. In theory, this is hard. So the slotted holes are going to work. I think. A little worried about this little lip right here hitting. But let's do a mount up and we'll see if it works. Even for now, I'll just use the existing screws, or should I? I'm gonna have to go get some different screws because I countersunk these. Okay, I got some number 8 by 3/4 screws. They're sheet metal screws, even though they look like wood screws. They're not. They're meant for sheet metals. So I use a lot of these for all sorts of projects. Actually work well, and they should hopefully bite into the existing units. They do. Let's fire a couple screws in here. Not to damage the wiring for the door controls, window controls. I need to get some foam rings and whatnot as well. Place I got the speakers. Oh yeah, I got the speakers from. Didn't have them, so I'll have to order online from somewhere. Just some rings that seal the speaker to the door panel. Don't tighten them all until all screws are in. Got a bad feeling I'm gonna have to trim that a hair, or oh yeah, top and bottom looks like. I'm gonna have to trim the sheet metal just a little bit. Almost guaranteed. This stuff never goes. I'm just looking the speaker hole. The holes to hold the speaker in might hit the metal as well. That I can just drill through to make some clearance. I don't really like modifying these things too much to make it work, but necessary evil. Might not have to cut too much, but I'll just mark it. I'll go grab a speaker and we'll see. Looking at the speaker, I might not have to cut anything because of the shape of the back side of the speaker. Let's see. Find out right away. It hits. Yeah, it looks like it's, yeah, no, it clears good. I may redo these brackets so that it's a smaller hole to go into. I think I will. So that way I can just thread into the plastic. So yeah, that's gonna work out okay. I'm gonna take these both over to the table and we're gonna figure out which is positive and which is negative. Kind of awkward. I know I'm awkward with the camera, but it is what it is. Not sure I have a 9-volt battery in here or not. Let's see if I can show you on the new speaker to prove what I'm saying is true. But okay, you're gonna have to hold up. I need to go find some sort of battery to show you this test. Well, folks, it's actually the next evening. I went in for supper and didn't come back out, but I did do something last night. I reprinted these, made this hole smaller. I also found a way to use the factory connector. What I did was I ripped this piece off of the old speaker, cut the tabs, bent them, and made a little pigtail out of it that will get attached to the speaker. And as well, here, I'll set you down. As I was mentioning, here, let's see here. Oops, wrong way. I did use my 9-volt battery. It's going to be hard to see. There's the plus side, and it's hard to see, but the wire has a white tracer. Just to show you, on this new speaker, plus minus, if I hook up, maybe you'll see it. You're not going to hurt the speaker if you do this. You should see the speaker move outwards, upwards. See here. Might be hard to tell in the video. I hold it just like that. See how it's going up? That confirms my method. Now if I go the other way, hook the positive, negative, negative, positive on the speaker, you'll see it pull in. So that's what I did in this connector on the factory speaker. I hooked up the wires to determine which side was positive and negative. So the next step now is these speakers did not come with wiring or anything. Some speakers will come with a little wiring pigtail. These ones do not. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and there's nothing there. Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to strip this back and hook it up, solder it onto here, and then we'll be ready to swap out that adapter for this one and get these speakers in. So I'm going to do this off camera, solder these on, and then I'll show you when I'm back. There, I got the pigtail all mounted up and ready to go. No point insulating these because all these wires are open anyway. Let's go get set up and get this mounted in the truck and see if it works. First thing I got to do is get this old adapter out of the way, and then we'll put the new one in, mark the door where the 2 screw holes are hitting metal, and clearance that so we can get the speaker mounted. I guess I could use some short screws, but no big deal drilling a couple small holes in the sheet metal. There. Find something to mark that with. Yeah, these 2 are okay. These 2 need to be clearanced. Not sure if this guy will reach all the way through there and mark the metal. Nah. Oh, maybe it did. Probably not. Nope. I'll just use this guy. Go in there. Doesn't have to be exact. Like so. That should be enough. I see the mark. I can see that mark. Guess I could have just drilled pilot hole through the existing hole. That would have made sense, wouldn't it? Oh well, too late now. And I can see that hole. Gotta grab my drill. I'm gonna use a step bit to open up the holes. These things are great. Probably get in your way, you won't be able to see, but that should do it. Let's mount the new plate and we'll see if the speaker's gonna go on. Yeah, it looks like I did it right. Now, if you're gonna try to do something like this, I used, because you have a 3D printer, I used PETG. Don't have ABS or anything, but I think this should handle the environment of the door good enough, especially where I live, temperature-wise. I also thickened up this edge a little bit when I redid these. As I mentioned, you can buy these. I can't remember what the part number is. It's a Scoche, I think is the brand, SA68, something like that. Now, hook that up. It's like so. And mount the speaker, and I'm going to use these same screws because they should bite into that plastic and hold enough without stripping. Let's see, make sure I don't stab a hole in the speaker. Have you ever done that? Oh yeah, see, they thread in. I made those holes 4 millimeters and they were 5 millimeters originally. I'm going to get in your way. Here, hold on. And there you have it. I gotta go get the keys and I'll find some music that won't get me copyrighted and we'll make sure it works. Well, I had a bit of a brain fart because my music is on the same phone that I'm using to record with, so I couldn't actually do a demo, but just trust me when I say it's working okay. Now I'm just gonna put this side back together, repeat and rinse on the other side, and maybe I'll get it figured out. I'll get some other form of music and then I can demo it once I have it all done. So yeah, let's do that. I'll get it all back together, including the other speaker. It's just exact same process on the other side, and then I'll find a music source that we can use to try it out. Well folks, it's been a few weeks since I recorded that footage. Speaker is still in the truck. Thought I had the issue solved, but then the sound came back, unfortunately, so that's why no sound test. And I did some research, and it seems like the stereo in these things, the audio control module goes bad, causing all sorts of problems. Sorry. And this particular stereo is only in 2013, 2014, and it's kind of an upgrade. It's not the base stereo, it's the mid-grade. They're kind of hard to find, but I did some searching over the weekend. 2 wrecking yards in the city that I live nearby, Edmonton, and out of all the trucks I actually found one. Now it's going to be another video, but I'm going to try to swap this out and see how it goes. I'll take the dash out. This is the actual culprit. It's called the ACM, audio control module. I don't know if you can see. There's a disc in there, curious what it is, but we're going to try swapping that in and see if it works. I don't have high hopes, but if it doesn't work, I've got a plan. I was originally going to kind of reside to the fact I was going to either have to buy a dash kit, one of $500 to $600 plus all the, just for the kit, not a stereo. But I've got an idea. If this don't work, we'll see what my idea is later on. So stay tuned for the next video where I pull this apart and you'll see how the dash comes apart, and we'll go from there. Till then, take care and talk to you later.